Welcome to the Daily Eye Roll. I'm Mohammed Aslam, introducing you to hate-inspired nonsense that Britain has proudly adopted as its national identity. Britain has an obsession, and no, it's not tea or football, or even pretending that the weather is not that bad. It's Islamophobia, the only form of racism that gets dressed up in a high-vis jacket and calls itself security. Rennie Eldo Lodge wrote a book, a really good book actually. I was quite pleasantly surprised how structured and how well put together it was. It was called Why I No Longer Talk to White People. Well, when I saw the title, I thought, you know what, better stay away from this one. But, the devil inside me said, go for it. So I did. And it was a really good read. I enjoyed reading it. It gave me a lot of insight into how black people saw racism compared to how Muslims saw racism. So, what she found was that racism was structural. It was embedded, it had embedded itself in almost anything that we did. Whether we walked to the shops or whether we actually had a cup of coffee at the local Starbucks, got on a bus, went to school, went to the doctors, talked to the neighbours. It was there. It was embedded into the system. In the same way, Britain's addiction to Islamophobia is deeply structural. It's this obsession with Islamophobia that has created a conveyor belt of hate. It's become so ridiculous that the government's elite squad of hate preachers light the fire and then they lecture us about fire safety. Islamophobia isn't accidental, it's a routine. It's become a national pastime measured only by its performance. So, let me explain to you the Islamophobia con. First of all, let's introduce something that you may or may not have heard of, and that's the term Islamist. We didn't bring this up. The Muslims didn't create this. We don't even call ourselves Islamists. We call ourselves Muslims. We refer to Islam as a way of life, as a way of faith. But Islamist? What is that? And a whole narrative has been carefully manufactured by policymakers and their loyal amplifiers. It's become a delightful chronicle of how race and racism get run through a linguistic washing machine and come out sanitized. Britain merged Islam and terrorist and invented a new word, Islamist. Like I said to you before, Muslims don't call themselves that anywhere in the world, nowhere. It's a magical term that allows people to attack Muslims while pretending they are only concerned about extremism. This has become the socially acceptable outlet for hostility, and now it's their moral alibi. It's become part of that, I'm not a racist, I'm protecting British values. You've heard those people, street corners, pubs, clubs, workplace, we're protecting our way of life. These Muslims, you know what they're like. You're all right, you're one of us. All that nonsense that's been going on for decades. It's nauseating. Baroness Warsi, the Conservative peer, once said that Islamophobia has passed the dinner table test. In simple terms, it means that hate is now served with a dessert. So it's time to get surgical. So let's cut to the chase. To make racism respectable, here's how the con works. Dress Islamophobic hostility in an official language. Stop treating ignorance like a personality trait. Sell it through the BBC. Suddenly it's respectable. It's racism with a moral alibi. Hate that thinks it sounds smart. It's where Muslims become the plot in a crime thriller. The analysis shows Islamophobia isn't a debate. It's pure racism. It's hate, wearing a security badge. Britain engineered this system through 4 converging forces. Political incentives. This is where Islamophobia is a vote winner. I'm trying to get my words out here. This is where Islamophobia wins votes. Media sensationalism. Headlines need villains. Prevent. Suspicion turns into structural hate. Social anxiety. Identity politics where the Muslim becomes the other. They don't belong here. This isn't a glitch. It's a design. Everyone keeps pretending it's some heavyweight intellectual showdown. Dress it up however you want. It's still the same. Tired old circus with the same clowns doing the same tricks. And until Britain admits its addiction to hate, the cycle continues. So thank you for joining me in this conversation today, and I look forward to seeing you soon. If you liked today's video, please subscribe to YouTube, leave a comment, join our growing YouTube family. Your support really helps keep the conversation going.